Cheers everyone, nice cup of tea. So I'm making vegan on rice badges. This one here is bisexual, which is pretty good. Although somebody once said that this was sizist. So this is the initial stage of making a badge. She's just cutting out the designs. I just find this bit quite tricky. You've got to, this is like the base of the, see if it's in the camera. This is the base of the cutter. And so you've got to get that right in the right place. Which is easier said than done. And if you don't get it right, it ruins the badge really. And then this bit has got some little magnets on them, right? So the problem with that is that if you plonk it on there, straight as it were, you move it, and so all that lining up is wasted. So what I do is I put my finger through this bit onto the thing to hold it fast, and then put this on. Otherwise, it can't be done. At least I've never found a way of doing it. Bisexual. This one's a good one. In our decadence, people die, which is true. It's an interesting vegan message, that one. Goes back to the fact that it's always been recognised that in a vegan world we would be able to feed more humans, because animal agriculture is incredibly wasteful in terms of food, in terms of land. It's really bad in terms of water use. In fact, with the climate crisis, it's almost surprised it happens still at all. This one's one of my favourites. It's very popular. This is Be Vegan, which a lot of vegans like this instead of the kind of Go Vegan, because that's seen sometimes as a command, and people don't like to be told what to do. So I think Be Vegan and Live Vegan are pretty good as slogans. Now this is one where the paper doesn't quite fit, so makes lining up a little bit more difficult. But then, so you're going to end up with something that looks like that, but that should be okay because the badge itself is going to be a lot smaller, so it should still fit all right. These are, well, it's a badge that it's very old, that one. Vegan is the new black, that back badge. So that's what a complete one looks like. And then these ones here are fridge magnets. So really what it is really is the normal badge back, but it's got a magnet in it as well. And so that's one of the most popular of the designs. This one just says vegan fridge. That's actually quite popular. Peace, love, vegan. Vegan is the ultimate peace movement. And that's it so far. So I've got some new components. You have to get them in from Britain. You can't get them from Ireland. Although when I say that, I haven't really tried for a good while. So I just went to my normal supplier. We're doing these for the there's a vegan gala coming up in Galway. I think it might be next weekend. So I've got to get my finger out and get these done. That should be okay. Let's see, that's going to be a little bit to the left there. What you can do there is sometimes if you make a mistake, you can trim the side. We'll have to have a look at that when it comes to it. All the other ones can't really be used. Well, maybe that one there can. Because again, you've got the, just as long as there's enough paper to cover the actual badge area, doesn't matter if it's not completely round in terms of this situation. It makes it more difficult to line up though. See, it looks a bit weird. It looks like an apple, doesn't it, that one? But it won't matter when it's a badge because you won't know the tricks of the trade. Alright, these ones I just had printed up. We realised we were making a mistake because we were photocopying a yellow piece of paper, and then we realised that's a big mistake because that means a lot of yellow ink gets used. So this again is the popular one. Justice Peace Vegan. Where's that there? And the Be Vegan ones again. And this one's a popular design. If you can see it there. Not food. No, that one's a good seller. I say seller. It's funny actually because when we're at the vegan gala, because it's a private event, we can sell these. I'm not actually quite sure. We used to sell them for €1. Quite sure whether we're supposed to put them up now because all the component prices have gone up. But I'd be reluctant to do it really because I don't like ripping people off. And I don't actually know how much a badge would be. Say if you went to an animal rights website. This is a very old Vegan Society mug. It's actually got some chips in it, so it's probably not very healthy using this. It's actually filthy. But vegan for people, animals, and environment, which is interesting because most vegans would want the animals to be first. Maybe they did it that way to make the animals bit in the middle. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, so I can't really monitor the comments too well, but maybe somebody would know how much a badge normally is nowadays. I'll have to do a bit of research, won't I? I mean, obviously, the kind of poppy, rocky, musician type badges, they'd be more anyway, and they also tend to be smaller. These ones are 38 mil. Which isn't the most popular size, to be honest. People tend to like smaller ones, really. But you can't really get much of a slogan onto those, so we kind of compromise rather than going for big and going for really small. Then there is one group in Ireland called Nara, and they do a lot of smaller badges. The great thing about Ireland compared with, say, Britain is that there's a lot of DIY culture in Ireland, and so there's not really a strong national group presence in Ireland, and so that means that the local grassroots groups tend to do it themselves, which is really great. Because often I always used to worry about the fact that we'd be out there doing a street stall and you'd see the planes in the sky and you'd think, yeah, that's all the Irish animal rights money going over to Kent, to Animal Aid, or to one of the other national groups in Britain. You're thinking, well, we could do with keeping that money into in Britain, in Ireland. So it's good, really, that most of the active groups in Ireland make their own stuff. So they tend to make their own leaflets. We do. We make little business cards, this kind of thing, with the contact details on the back. This is really old, stained and everything, with all the wrong details on it. This is quite old. This is a comment from Tom Reagan, who is the originator of rights-based animal rights. The animal rights movement is part of and not opposed to the human rights movement, which is true. Justice for all and all that. So so this is the really popular ones. Just trying to make sure that I'm in camera here. Just